Hello, everyone. First of all, very sorry for being late. Uh, it was as if my computer hadn't just didn't want to start. I hadn't restarted it since maybe many days. So my general way of functioning is that I work until late night, and then I have my room. In that joining room, I just go and sleep, and then I wake up, and then I want everything as it was last night, like I can restart working. And so I hadn't restarted my computer since so many days, and that's the reason why um, you when I restarted it, it took so much time. It took so much time to get things on track. I'm sorry for that. I'm just trying to get back. I know a lot of people dislike the stream or something like that, but well, I couldn't help it. So first of all, Prasun Pallav, thank you so much. Good morning, Sagar. I want to play with Samay or Vaibhav or Biswa or you. Playchess ID Dark Knight 786. Okay. Let's try that. Um, so welcome everyone. First of all, I guess Samay, who was playing WWE late night, may not join us today. I don't know if he wakes up, but first of all, Keith Mascarenas, thank you so much for your super chat and for joining in. Vaibhav is up. He will join us soon, and Biswa will also join. I guess he has many followers, so he has to be a little delayed. But before everyone begins, let's start with a game. I think that would be fun. So let's come on the Playchess link that we have in the description. So if you can join in, that would be so nice. By the way, thank you so much, Avinash, for super chat joining in the morning. Good morning to you as well. Gopal Iyer, thank you so much. Good morning, love you too, Gopal. Uh, I'm so glad that people actually wake up, or uh, in US or in any other part of the world it's late, suppose the evening, they're still up there watching this. It's fantastic. um so let's go to the comedian's room, and let me see if I can spot Dark Knight here. Okay, I'm going to let you see my screen, and yeah. Okay, Dark Knight. Let me challenge him to a 5-minute game. Arya, it's only 10:52. No one sleeps so early. Yeah. So, okay. Let's begin. Let's start the game with. I don't. I'm usually a D4 and a C4 player, but today I'm going to play E4. I just want to see what happens. Casey, good morning, Casey. Nice to see you. I'm going to play the Open Sicilian, and I will recommend all of you out there who are trying to improve at chess, try to play the main lines in chess. That's the most important thing. Now, this is a Maroczy structure. I put my bishop on e3. Just develop. Knight goes to c3. Castles. I think I'll play bishop e2. It's also one of my favorite lines, the accelerated dragon from black. Okay, let's play d6, f3, bishop d7. Well, usually you take, and then I'm not going to play knight c2, because sometimes knight c2 is good, because after you take you play you take on d4, you want to take back and play bishop c6, and if I move my knight, then everything remains blocked. But well, it's not so bad. Yeah, you take, I take, a5. It's all sound and logical chess. Okay, let me castle. Bishop c6. Um, let's play rook f to c1. Yes, Rakshit, you can create an opening repertoire in ChessBase software for opening training. You should watch my video that I have created um, just 2 days ago of how to use ChessBase and Mega Database. I think it will be very useful for you. I think black goes queen b6, rook f c8, and then queen d8 back in such lines. Let's see. Rook a b1, rook f c8. Yeah, this is common. I think Dark Knight is a pretty strong player. He knows his stuff. Now b3 is a mistake because of knight into b3. Maybe let's wait. Bishop f1. h5. King h1. I'm trying to be a little bit subtle here. I want to go a3 b4 eventually. King h7. Queen e1. Okay, let's play something interesting. I don't know what to do here. It's kind of like, let's say rook c2 perhaps. I think king h1 was not good. Rook c2, a3 b4 is better. Yeah, now I am planning to go a3 b4. Yeah, queen d8, a3. It's a little slow in nature, this entire position, but I think white always gets small edge. And I used to play it with black. I never enjoyed playing this. I don't know. Maybe bishop h6 is your idea now, but take. Right now I'm playing this with the black pieces, with the white pieces, and I'm finding black's position pretty okay. So that's like the grass is always greener on the other end. Yeah. Okay, knight a4. What should I do? Knight d5 is one option, and knight into a4. How should I continue? Not so sure. Knight d5, bd5, ed5. Let's try a little bit more aggressive kind of play. I shouldn't blunder something, but okay, let's see. Let me see if Vaibhav is here already. No, not yet. Guys, you should write to me in the chat as to what would you like to improve at in chess. There are so many things. Okay, he took. I would like to take with the e pawn, not c pawn. Take with the c pawn, rook c2, queen c2, rook c8. No, I don't like it. Maybe c5 is an idea now. Let's focus a bit. I want to push c5 and get a good position here. Maybe he can go bishop h6, which is anyway his idea to exchange pieces. This knight is slightly misplaced, but okay, it's not so bad. I'll play c5 anyway. Did I just blunder a pawn? Yeah, horrible. Horrible play. I just blundered a pawn. Yeah, that looks bad. That looks bad. Knight c5. Okay, how should I defend now? I have to learn from Vaibhav how to fight back. Uh, let's go. What about queen d4? Queen b4. Yeah, it looks pretty ugly. Maybe queen here. You take, I take back, attack. Gopal Iyer, we would love to learn more about middle game. That's where I get confused, not knowing what to move. Okay? Okay, Gopal. Yeah, I think anyway, middle game is the most complex part of a game. But have you seen my series on imbalances? It's a pretty good one. Yeah, e6. I just don't know how strong this dark knight is. I mean, he's making all the best moves in the position. Sometimes you begin wondering if he is like a GM. What should I do? DE. Okay, let's take. Take. Yeah, I just feel like my back rank is going to be under a lot of pressure if I take on b7. So let's play here. Knight c5 perhaps. I don't know. I have to go fast. I have to move faster. Yeah, knight c5. Maybe just h3, just making some space for my king not to get back rank mated at some point. Yeah, rook e8, queen f2, maybe queen d4 was also possible. Well, it will be a time trouble thing and then it'll be fun. Who wins? Let's see. f4. I want to play f4 f5. Let's see what happens. Yeah, f5. No, this way I'm going to take. You take. I'm going to play queen g3. I'm not exchanging the queens yet. Now I'm going to take on. Okay, I take here. This looks bad for you. Rook c7. Okay, I take. Whew, lot of stress. Here. Knight e2 takes. What's happening? What's happening? King here. Okay, I win the rook. Now I need to just exchange queens. Should be good. Hey! No! Okay, I think I'll win this. Let's get the king. Okay, Dark Knight, you were you played well, but I think in time pressure it was a bit too much. Yeah, usually you're not warmed up to such strong players, but I don't know how strong is Dark Knight. I should know that. Yeah, let me just get this game here. Okay, Vaibhav's here. Let me see if today we have everything sorted out. Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, usually
Hey, hi.
strong players.
Hi, Vaibhav. You are very dark somehow.
Yeah, one sec, sorry. was just seeing the game. हार्वर्ड में आपने भी जेन के गैम्बिट किया और जेन के बाय जानबूझ के नहीं, he almost gave you a queen.
He gave a queen, then I gave him a queen, and then in the end it was bad. But it was like the game was just he played too well. I mean, pretty good player. I don't know how strong, but maybe he should mention his name and this on the chat. So how are you, Vaibhav?
All good, all good. How are you, Sagar?
Good. Can the viewers hear Vaibhav well? I think should be good. I restarted my laptop, so my laptop is like new all over again. I think since the day I bought it, maybe around 2 months ago, I never restarted it. Every day I'm just using it.
Wow.
So never used.
Actually, yeah, it happens because there's not much need to restart unless there's an update. So yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
exactly. And sometimes it keeps saying there's an update, and I don't anyway do it because if I close it means I have to close so many tabs and everything. So okay,
Nice.
I wanted to do something interesting with you today, but just before we go, I want to analyze this game. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, everything's good. Perfect.
चलिए लोडिंग अप द गेम. कल मैंने E4 खेला और उससे स्टोनवॉल खेलने का कोशिश किया लाइक एन इडियट.
E4, D3, C4 ऐसे करके. Even
Is
that
that also Stonewall?
yeah, it's known as Botwinic setup. So it's also a pretty
okay.
much playable line. I mean, it's not bad.
Okay.
By the way, there are some answers to yesterday's test puzzles. I'm going to put the link of the solution there, which we will discuss. Like yesterday, this was mate in 5 that was given, which Kasparov couldn't solve. Many people tried it, but I'll give you the link of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I played E4, which is not usually how I open. I like to play D4, C4, Knight F3. But anyway, I wanted to try something new. And my opponent went for the accelerated dragon. And this is known as the Maroczy bind here. In this position, like these two pawns bind the position. He went bishop g7. I played bishop e3, knight f6, knight c3. So basically all normal development. I played bishop e2, which is also fine. d6, f3, bishop d7, queen d2. Again, all theory. Bishop d4, a5. And what black wants to do is black wants to play a5, bishop c6, knight d7, and put the knight on c5. So that his bishop is working in this diagonal, the knight comes and starts putting pressure in this position. The queen can come here, the rook joins in. So play on the queen side. That's the idea. Nice. So I played castles, bishop c6, and rook f to c1 was the move.
Can I ask something though?
Yeah.
Like यहाँ पे when he went from bishop d7 to c6,
yeah,
like it's not like he's putting the bishop on a great diagonal.
No.
There are 3 pawns already on light square, right?
Exactly.
So how does a person decide कि हाँ यार मेरे को bishop इस diagonal पे रख देना चाहिए इस time पे, या this is how I'm planning?
Yeah, actually it's a very good question, and in fact if you look at it through a logical mind, then bishop c6 will never strike you as a move. Like you would always want to play bishop on e6 or keep the bishop here. But through practice, like through many years, they realize that bishop is well placed on c6, not because it does much there, but it allows the knight to join in from here. So you need that square for the knight. And the question remains, should you put your bishop on e6 or c6? And then when people started putting on e6, then white sometimes started playing f4, f5, getting an attack. So people started to feel, okay, this problem here. So then they put bishop on c6. So that's how actually theory in chess develops. That one person, just like you said right now, says, I don't think my bishop belongs here, I'll put it here. And then the white player thinks like, okay, what's the drawback of the move putting the bishop here? And then they see, okay, this might be a strong idea. And then black players decide, okay, maybe keep the bishop here. I know it's not doing much, but it prevents f4 because this is hanging. So it's more like a preventive measure. And here, I mean, natural is to always play rook f d1. You know, you have a half open file, you want to put your rook here. But as it turns out, I put my rook on c1 because I want to eventually play rook a b1, a3, b4, like expand on the queen side. That's the main idea. So knight d7, and now the question to you is, should you exchange the bishop on on g7 or not over here?
As white, right?
Yeah. Kappa, Kappa 322. I'll just send you the answer to this puzzle. I think the way you have solved it is not correct, I guess, but okay. Yeah, but interesting. Knight takes rook. But it's actually pawn takes rook, knight mate, not just knight takes rook. Yeah, Kappa, I think just check. Ishan Mahajan, good morning to you. Can you enable slow mode in chat? Yeah, I'll do that. Even Keith has been telling me to do this. I'll do that for surely. Okay.
So I don't really like. I don't see a very clear advantage of taking it, but I don't see a disadvantage also. I'd rather take the bishop on e3 and then exchange it on h6 if I had to,
Yeah, but then same thing. Yeah, like if you go
because
here
मेरे
and
queen
then
अगर
he doesn't take, then might as well do it right now.
okay. हाँ मतलब I don't see a clear advantage, but like I don't know ऐसा क्या if the position has some poison, I don't know.
Yeah, the main thing is that in this position, if you see, after takes, there are some weaknesses in the position that start developing, which is e3, d4, f2. So you know your dark squares start becoming slightly weak here. So the knight jumps here, queen comes here, and then generally white would like to keep his dark squares intact, and that is why bishop e3 is a very good move here. And it's a little bit difficult, but I say, like for example, I take, and then let's say I play my idea with b3. Then you go give a check, king h1, and then sometimes the queen will sit on b4, knight will come to c5, everything on dark squares, and I don't have a dark squared bishop, which becomes irritating for me. So he kept it here. I mean, I kept the bishops on the board. Knight c5, b3, queen b6, rook a b1, rook f c8, and all this is theory. You know, if you check in ChessBase, the number of games that have been played in this position are huge. I think close to 700 games have been played already here. And one of the main problems is that a3, which I want to play b4, is met with knight into b3. And now I can't take the queen because my queen is hanging. And somehow I'm just worse in this position. Uh, so that's the reason why the main move is rook c2, but I forgot at that point while playing that this is important. Now I can play a3 because after knight into b3 I can take on b6, knight d2, and rook d2. Then he takes here. Queen c1. No, what is the point? Because let's say if he goes h5 and I play this, you take. because I wanted to take here knight d2.
So now you can take back the knight.
Yeah, but then bishop into c3 is not so
Oh.
favorable. This doesn't seem. But maybe the idea is not to play a3 immediately, but to play first queen c1 and then a3. If I'm not like, let me just check the games. After rook c2, there's h5, and then a3 is playable. a3. Yeah, if you take knight b3, then bishop b6. Sorry, knight d5 is the move. Okay. This is how I improve. Like, if I get a strong opponent in my game, like this guy, and now I'm learning something new from this game, I'm analyzing, I'm looking at certain games, and I start to realize that knight d5 is very strong, because after bishop d5, I'm going to play ed5. And I'm a bit confused, but the point is, after knight d2, you will take with the rook, and this knight is trapped. Oh, this is a nice trap, actually. I can try it next time. Actually, the variation keeps going. Bishop h6. I can't take the queen. I have to take the queen. I can't take on h6 because it's pinned. So take on b6. And now knight d2. And then rook b2. And somehow the knight is trapped here on d2. And then I'll get 2 pieces for a rook and eventually win it. Yeah, this is how actually this is how you calculate such positions, and this is how you do it. Okay, so knight b3, bishop b6. He didn't. I played king h1 here, king h7, rook c2, a3, b4, knight a4, and I think I was doing really well till here. There's also 4 games. See, this is move number 23, and actually we are still having 4 games that have been played. And yeah, knight d5 was good. He should have played e6. Yeah, he took. I took back with the pawn. And now bishop h6. And I rushed here. Actually, I think white has a small edge for sure, because he has nice pieces, pawns and everything. But you see, black has played bishop h6 to exchange one of the bishops in this position. So c5 was a blunder for sure. I think I should have just kept control. Just improved my position a little. I don't know how, but maybe rook e1. I think white has good chances. c5, he took knight c5. Now I was just playing. I mean, this is hardly any. I could take here, and then take this, but I was already not so happy with my back rank issues. Maybe he would have taken with the queen. Rook b2, knight c5, h3, rook e8, queen f2. Okay, internet is fine. Rook d8, rook b5, rook c8, f4. And I think now he started playing much worse than what he played in the entire game because of less time. Knight g7. I took. Maybe there was something better. Took and then played queen g3. He played knight f5, queen g5, queen d6, and yeah, maybe rook into f5 was strong now. I don't know. Takes. But it's not so simple. Like take. And if you try to interpose, then I'll take with the queen, rook here. This should end in a mate, or you lose material. he went rook b7, rook c7, takes, bd3, knight g3. Yeah, and here I was already under a lot of pressure, but I think the position still remains fine. Check, and then I lost. Okay, he lost a rook. And then the rest was like J and K gambit. Yeah. Okay, I should take the queen. Yeah, and I won. Okay, nice. So good game, and I'll save this. So, can you come into this room, Vaibhav? What I want to do today, and I generally want to do this, is while you are playing against someone, I want you to talk and discuss with me, and then we'll try to fix or understand the mind process at that point. What do you think? I can't hear you. I think it's muted. Your sound is muted.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. And then the point is, we can we
Can you hear me
can
now?
yeah, I can hear you when you're talking. So let's make it a little bit longer game, like not 10 minutes but 20-minute game. So what I have realized is that when someone is not, let's say, is working on chess and wants to improve, then the first thing that's very important is to start fixing the thinking, and the best way to fix it is by trying to understand how that person is thinking during the game. So it's not going to be easy, but let's try it. By the way, Devin Anand says would love to play. Is there Devin Anand in the room? Yeah, maybe you can challenge him to a 20-minute game if it's okay.
This creative noob, Sid Sik, Saransh Sharma, 20 minutes का यही है. Okay, wait, community में देख लेते हैं. I'll just send him an invitation. क्या नाम था?
Devin Anand, or Devin Anand, you can challenge
What's the name again? Sorry.
Vaibhav. Devin Anand.
David Anand. Just found it. 20 minutes. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, he's here. The match started.
Okay, so let's talk about it, and I'll put you on the screen. Take me to your thinking. Like you have to think out loud. Maybe not easy, but you have to do that today.
Okay.
You are
I think
black.
E4. I usually respond with E5 straight away.
Okay.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know how to. Yeah. I don't know how to like express that. Creature of habit is probably the closest. So
Knight f3. Yeah. What do you play?
it's a bad habit I've gotten into
Which is?
of trying to do a gambit over here. But I should not go for it anymore because I know gambits don't do well after like a point.
Vaibhav, you need to discuss the moves with me before making them, so that we can.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Like, yeah. So now I'm putting the bishop on c5 so that if in case I can get an attack on f7.
What if he
If
takes
I
your
give it,
pawn
then I have a check.
on
So
e5?
he takes my pawn. I take out my knight. I take out my knight on c6, and I allow him to capture my knight, and then I take it with my d7 pawn.
Okay.
Now, as soon as I do that, he will probably push d3 so that to protect his d4 e4 pawn. And this is when I capture with the bishop on f7. Once I capture that, he has to if he captures it back with his king, then I capture the e4 knight, and he can't take the e4 knight from the d3 pawn because the queen is hanging.
But But what if he takes this pawn knight into e5? It's very okay. So you have studied this line.
Scotch Gambit. That's what I'm saying. Like I just go behind it. I go by it. इसमें दो तीन और variations. Like if he does a little bit तो भी हो जाता है. There are queen और ये pieces से हो जाता है. Okay.
Okay.
Now that he has it, I feel safer if I should castle because he also has the same advantage and he's white, so he can do the same thing to me. So that's why I prefer castling right now. And I'm hoping if he takes the e5 knight, e5, no, he did not. So now I'll just play the normal game, take out, develop,
Yeah, knight
take my
c6.
knight.
Develop and defend your pawn.
My next thing is just solidify the position, thoda sa, take the bishop out. So I'll push d6 probably, unless he harasses my bishop. So this is where I get a little like confused. Ab agar main d6 push kar dunga, then the knight can harass my bishop on c5 and capture it. So this is what I often fall into. कि वो करे क्या?
But अभी तो okay, he played d3. So d6 is not a early requirement because even in this position, if he goes bishop g5 and pins your knight, like if he puts his bishop here and
Bishop
pins it,
g5.
then you can always play bishop e7 back, breaking the pin. So how about trying to secure your bishop on c5 right now with a move like how do you secure against knight a4 threat?
I probably should bring it to d6 or e7 right away.
No, but then it's like he didn't misplace his knight, and you are unnecessarily moving your bishop. So rather than doing that,
Oh, I can do a6 and tuck it in.
very good. A6 is a good move. A6
That's
is
so I often go a6 or h6 here.
here. A6 is a good move because it makes a square for your bishop, and also if he goes bishop g5, you can start pushing him with h6, g5, and that same sacrifice. You remember I had shown knight into g5, pawn takes, bishop takes, like here on g5 will not work
Sorry,
because
I lost track. अभी last में आपने क्या बोला?
नहीं मैं बोला कि if he pins your knight with bishop g5, then you can always
Right.
at any point come back bishop e7. So d6, not playing d6 too soon is sometimes to your advantage.
Right. Now that he's done it, I would rather come back because that's a very annoying pin
No, but the
to the
thing is
queen.
how about first questioning him like h6?
H H6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then if he
I feel like
takes.
you okay. Actually, yeah. So if I've done this and then he goes back and then I push the g5 also. I usually don't hold back on it because I'm like, चलेगा देखा जाएगा.
No,
I
here.
still have the bishop to retract. So
Yeah, and here also
sorry.
one more advantage is that g5, if it takes knight into g5, h into g5, bishop into g5, then you can come back with your bishop to e7 and break the pin.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very nice. Siddharth Ranadev, thank you so much for the Guru Dakshina, and you too have a good day. Thanks for joining in.
Okay. Now this is attacked twice, so I'll just safeguard the pawn first.
How?
I'm thinking pushing the pawn or going bishop there.
Bishop there means I
I
don't
want to do the
understand.
bishop
Yeah, I can't.
because I
It's,
sorry, bishop to d6. Sorry,
yeah,
bishop to d6
yeah.
or pawn d6. I think pawn d6 might be a better idea because it opens मेरा bishop के लिए भी थोड़ा file.
Yeah,
नहीं तो मैं बैठा ही
yeah,
रहूँगा
this is
इसके साथ.
perfect. Play pawn d6, I think, because bishop d6 means you're just misplacing. Your bishop is so nice on c5. You're also defending e5.
Yeah.
Now, what's going on in your mind? Like, how do you think you
So
can
now
continue?
Now I know I can threaten his bishop on c4 by pushing b5, and then develop my bishop on d7 maybe. I can. That is one way of developing. Or I don't mind. There are sometimes I don't mind, but this is not great. I'm just thinking if I can put bishop on e6, and I get an open file, but I don't get much out of it.
No,
So
no,
there's no
it's a
point.
very good
So
idea.
that
Bishop
doesn't.
e6. If he takes, then you can take back with the pawn and get the open f file. But right now, Vaibhav, you can think about
Yeah,
somehow creating a
it does make
threat.
sense because it's so crowded.
You can think about creating a threat against his king.
Uh,
In such structures, when you have pawn on g5 and e5, where do you want your knight to be?
g5 and e5. Where do you want your knight to be? Okay. Oh, nice. I want my knight to be on f4,
Yes, so how
and I
can
can
you
threaten
get
the
it there?
bishop and go back. I threaten the bishop and I go there.
Yeah, very good.
Hmm.
So and also, the bishop is actually
But
you.
I'm.
If you take it, he cannot take back because his f pawn is
Hmm.
pinned. After if you play knight to h5,
Hmm. I can't take the bishop. I'll take the bishop, and he can't take what?
no, did you play make the move?
No, not yet. I'm just
Yeah,
thinking it through. So I go to. I didn't understand what was the pin that you were talking
yeah.
about.
I'm
He
saying
can't take
knight
back with what?
h5 in this position. If you play, then you are threatening to
Yeah, knight
take the
h5
bishop on g3.
bishop.
And if he takes
Oh,
back
and he can't take back because
because of the pin.
oh yeah, yeah,
Usually, when you
yeah.
play knight
Mm-hmm.
h5 in such positions, the worry is that he will play knight into e5, unleashing an attack from the queen on your knight. So, when you play knight h5,
Knight into e5.
yeah, and then
Hmm.
if you take back, then he will take your knight on h5 with the queen.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
But because after knight
Okay.
h5, knight into e5, you have knight into g3,
Yeah.
and then
Which gets me his rook, and then he has.
he can take knight into c6, attacking your knight and your queen. But you have already b into c6, just taking back the c6 knight, and the g3 knight cannot be taken, so you will be piece up.
Hmm. Okay, I feel a little bad that I know this all now
Yeah, no, this
without
is the
playing it,
main point
but
is,
I'm still gonna do it because
yeah, it's not like we are trying to beat
learn
Devin
at this
Anand
point.
here. We are trying to
Yeah,
train. That's the main aim.
yeah. But I'm sure when he sees it, he'll also learn a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Devin also Devin knows that we this is what we are doing, so he's not like unaware. He's on the stream, so
I'm sure. I'm sorry, Devin. We are not going to discuss White's best defense in this position.
yeah. But let's try to discuss that. I mean, what do you think White should do?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I think the bishop has should be tugged in first
Yes,
because
yes.
that capture with the pin is a big threat. Um,
What do you think is after Bishop H2 your plan? Then what do you do?
After bishop h2, I would actually. Okay, my first instinct is to go considering g4 because g4 means if the pawn captures, I get a knight, I get a bishop on g4, pinning the knight. But
Okay,
nothing advantageous as such. So, what else?
very interesting move. Very interesting because if you go G4, he can either take the pawn and then you take with the bishop and then pin him. But what if he doesn't take the
Mm-hmm.
pawn and moves his knight?
He moves his knight to. Oh, he captures on. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where captures what?
Then my bishop hangs over there with the check. He captures e5. Sorry, yeah, my bad. He captures on e5,
Yeah, but then
and
you
my
can.
bishop hangs over there
No,
on.
no. You can take the queen. Like if g4, hg4, bishop g4, if knight into e5, you take the queen. But I'm saying if you play g4, g4 immediately. What if he takes? What if he
Yeah.
moves the knight? Say knight d2.
Hmm.
Uh,
Knight d2. Huh.
and then you can't
I
take
think
on
he should
h3.
actually do. Okay, if he goes knight d2.
You can't
Oh, in
take. Yeah.
yeah, I can't take on h3 because the knight is hanging.
Yeah, yeah. But you can do something
Uh,
active there. Can you see?
active there. I can. Okay. So my options are knight can go to f4. What other threats can I give? Okay. So is there. Hmm.
But also, I mean,
Okay, suppose knight goes back. And suppose I capture.
no, instead of taking on h3, suppose you move your queen in somewhere.
That's what I'm thinking, but I can go to g5 with the queen.
Yeah, yeah,
And then later, yeah, and then threaten it. Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense.
So I like your move g4 actually. Very aggressive move,
Yeah.
very straightforward attacking. I wouldn't have thought of g4 because my plan was to play knight f4 in that position. Okay, you can play g4 by the way.
Hmm.
I was thinking of moves like knight f4, trying to put the knight there. But g4 is like
Knight on a.
super aggressive. Very nice.
So you play knight f4. Doesn't he just push it back with e? Oh, he can't because h3 is hanging there. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
I
if
was
he
thinking
takes with the
g3, but
bishop, I take
he's
with
hanging.
my g pawn, gf4,
Hmm.
and then I play my king to h8 and try to attack down the g file. It's a very common way to play such positions.
Hmm. Hmm.
But you see how your bishop on c5 is such an amazing piece. It is stopping all f pawn advances. White usually wants
Yeah.
to advance that f pawn, but it is always pinned, and it is so irritating as white.
Hmm. He's not getting time. As long as I keep like disturbances around this region, he doesn't have time to remove that pin also.
Yeah, yeah. Also, Devin Anand just wrote that his internet is very choppy, like it's not very stable. So he's under pressure and under.
Ah, man.
Let's hope. Let's hope that he's able to.
Digital circumstances. I feel like now, if he now,
Yeah, in general, now if he moves the knight in this position, we can just move in with the
okay,
queen.
I think he has to move his knight.
Because if he takes on g4, you take bishop into g4, he cannot break the pin, and your next threat, if suppose it's your move again, like let's say hg4, bishop g4, and now black to move again, what would you play?
Okay, H g4, bishop g4, which he did. Okay, he's done that. Now I capture with my bishop
Yeah,
first of all,
yeah, makes sense.
and then the Now my next move is उसके बाद मैं अपना queen लेके आऊंगा वहाँ पे
कैसे क्या किधर
इसको मार के.
where the
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah, one sec. So I'm just gonna after I take my bishop there, I intend to capture the. नहीं, बड़ा should I or not? Okay, wait. Let me think.
Vaibhav, you need to say the notation because there means you cannot understand.
If I go bishop g4,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah, bishop g4. Then if I capture the knight, the queen comes back. Oh, उसका move भी तो एक बार पहले. If I go to bishop g4, he. What did he do?
Yeah, Sminil Mahajan, if he moves his knight, then g3 was possible in that
I don't
position.
really know what
But
if
then
he has any beats. No.
queen into h5 was hanging. So, that's why I don't want to play g3. But anyway, here I think, Vaibhav, you should take the pawn because it's the most natural move.
Yeah, वो तो है ही.
मतलब आगे का बाद में देखेंगे वो क्या खेलेगा.
Right, right, right.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
spend
this I
time
have to.
at wrong moments because let's say you're thinking a lot about his move and then he plays something completely different, then makes no sense to think so much.
Mhm. Right. If he doesn't move his knight, I think I have. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If he doesn't move his knight, I have an option of going this knight to d4, knight c to d4,
Yeah, can you do that now as well?
and then threaten the. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If I go there, why did he bring his knight here? Is what I'm thinking. He can't go here. He can't go.
Try to say the notation.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. He can't go to f6.
Yeah,
Makes no sense. He can't go to f4. He can go to no, he can't go to f4 right away. He maybe is protecting f4 maybe in a way, but can't take on c6, c7. Can't go to b6. He can't. No, I don't understand this move. So
nice. Well, sometimes your
uh,
opponent doesn't have options. Yeah, like after your
I
pin he couldn't do anything, so he just moved his knight hoping that
yeah.
you don't do
So he's
anything.
just yeah. Mm.
So what is your move now?
Now okay. So if my first instinct is going uh, knight c to d4. But the thing is, if I capture his knight after that, if I capture his knight with f4, f3 on f3, he captures back, and then I'll have to move my bishop.
Where think how can you create a threat?
Oh, that's actually good. Yeah, so my bishop goes to h3 then,
Yeah, attacks the
threatening the
rook,
rook. It
and
can
then he
go there,
plays rook
and
e1.
then I can go the rook e1. Then I can go king to g5, and that's a mate then.
Is it a mate? Is it a mate? Think. Can he block that
Yeah,
check?
it's mate. Oh yeah, he can block the check. I'm so sorry,
How?
my
How?
bad. Yeah, he can
How?
block the check with the bishop on bring the bishop to g3.
And then what will you do?
Then knight captures on
No, no, no.
g3
Think,
with.
think. Why knight? Think. Can you take with something else on g3? Can you take with the queen?
If I take with the queen, the pawn captures back.
No, he
And
can't.
then
He can't capture back with the pawn. Why? Because your bishop is on
oh, he
c5.
can't. It's still pinned. It's still pinned.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
So
god.
let's go. Let's
Oh
go.
my
Let's
god.
play the move. Knight
Oh my
d4.
god. Yeah.
Let's play. You have some less
Yep.
time, but you've kind of got him on the mat now. Let's see if he can wriggle out of this.
Oops. Yeah.
And
Okay, now for Devi Anand, I think there's no decent move as such, except maybe
think of
move the king right away. I think that might be a decent move for. Sorry, you were saying something.
yeah. King h1 is a very good idea that you mentioned in the position.
Hmm.
But also there's one more move which I think is pretty good for him.
Hmm.
Well, in
There is one
general,
more
just
move.
just for the chat, we are not trying to beat Devi Anand. We are just trying to learn. We're just trying to learn here, and we're trying to understand how Vaibhav thinks, how he can improve, and how where are the points where he's thinking wrong. You know, if these are the points which we can address immediately, then he can improve. Okay, Vaibhav, think. I think your opponent just
Yeah, I think I should blundered. Yeah, right. I think I should capture the knight, and then I get a open file. But he wants to. He can bring his. No, he can't bring his queen to g5 with a check because it's just protected. Okay. I get to open the file, but what is the best way to get it is what? Oh my god! I captured with the bishop first.
but okay,
I think I should do this.
okay,
Bishop captures, uh, pawn captures on f3, and then it forks the king and the queen.
okay. But think
Let's see
more.
if he
Think
does it.
more. If
I don't know.
after you
I'm just
take
gonna
the
go try.
bishop
Oh shit!
and he takes,
Alle, alle.
sorry.
I did it only. I'm so sorry.
No, no. But if he takes on h6
I
now,
couldn't hear you.
because I understand if he takes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
what he did.
yeah. See, these are the moves which you just miss. Like you need to think.
Miss. Yeah,
My God, this is turning out to be a
gave him so much
beautiful.
advantage for like because of now he has a game. Okay. Um. Now what do I do? I have this.
What's his threat?
Mm. Oh my god. Okay, so now his immediate threat is knight to f6,
Is it? Is it a threat?
which will be very detrimental. Also, he can capture on h5, so that is also there. With a check, he cap. Oh, no, it's not right now. So he can actually just capture my. Oh, he can't capture my knight
Yeah, no
also.
threats.
He can capture my bishop for now.
Yeah.
That is there. There is no threat as such. He can capture my bishop, which is okay. But if I now I'm thinking if I give him a check on e2, his king goes to h1 is this the only option. And then what if I bring my knight to f4 and secure the knight also? Because my knight is not doing much here. Okay. Is there any other threat? He can't give me a check.
Can
He
you
can't do anything with his queen right
can
now.
you get your queen into the game somehow?
I'm sorry, your sound warped out. What did he say? Can you?
Can you get the queen into the game?
That's what I'm trying. How? Mm, my only square I have for the queen is h4. But if I get oh,
Queen h4. What will he do?
okay.
What will he do?
I think if I go queen h4 and somehow have a discovery check,
Yes. Then you can win the queen. So like knight e2 check.
Queen h4, he can just push g. Yeah. So what I have to do is this is yeah. Yeah, and then his king is on h1, so that will be a discovery
Yeah,
check.
yeah. So I think good
I
move. Yeah,
think I can try that.
yeah, yeah. Let's go.
Am I right?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, I'll try.
So you see how in that okay, you first gave a check. I would keep the options open by first going queen h4 instead of knight e2. Like queen h4 and then my options are open
Oh yeah, it should have.
because now okay, anyway, you can go queen h4. It's still a good move.
But we had to move his. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, मेरे को ये queen time पे लाना ना दिखा नहीं. I feel so bad. I wish I could have just seen this. और उसका h6 पे capture भी दिखा नहीं मेरे को.
Now
Doesn't he
actually,
just lose the queen? Oh, it's with a check.
okay.
Oh damn.
No,
Oh damn.
no. Think for the best move for white for
Okay,
black.
so now it's a. Yeah, wait. So if I give a check on g3,
You have a check
he has
first.
to capture with his bishop. Oh yeah. So I can capture with my queen, but उसके अलावा तो और कोई option दिख नहीं रहा है.
हाँ तो खेलो, जब ऑप्शन नहीं है तो खेल दो मुंह.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking that if I can get my rooks to this file, oh, I should have. Now he's also. Oh, he can't get his rook immediately. That's great.
But he will
So
attack
now I
your
want to
knight.
pile up on the. Yeah. Wait, he did not. So bach gaye. Now I have a check. He goes to G this. I bring the other rook also and just tuck my king in.
Yeah, yeah. Good idea. Good idea.
At least because I don't have time for now. Oh, it's okay. Oh shit! I lost a bishop. Ah, damn.
Hare, you paid a pre-move.
Lost the
Why?
knight.
Oh, oh.
I did not even see that. Now it's not good.
Okay, now I'll let you play. Last 20 seconds.
Yeah, now I'm just thinking I go to knight f4, so that helps me get the piece back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Play. In fact, you're winning. Play knight f4. It's winning. In fact, it's mate. Think, Vaibhav.
No, yeah, but he's not. He's not. Yeah, it's mate. Yeah,
Did you spot?
yeah. One sec. It's just he's not playing. No, I did not spot the mate. I just know I have to go f4. Then his king goes to
I think Devin Anand is
f.
disconnected somehow.
No, he can go to f1. Oh, and that's mate. Oh, yes. I
If
think
he
this
goes
is
to
mate
G1,
unless if he goes to g1, then it's then I capture the bishop, and then he has to go to yeah, he captured it because he saw it. Okay, कोई बात नहीं.
oh he. Acha,
Now,
okay, it was his move. Okay, I thought black to move.
yeah, it was his move.
Okay.
I think I'm lost now.
Yeah,
I mean, lost on time at least.
yeah. Otherwise, you're winning.
That H, that capture on h6 was just horrible a move. Yeah, very bad. Yeah.
Okay, but this was a
Oh,
brilliant game
h6 capture
actually.
wala. Yeah. H6 was a bad miss.
Devin Anand, you fought very well. But I think Vaibhav, this was a brilliant game. Let's have a look at it very quickly here.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you go e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, this was fine. Everything we discussed was cool. And here, the thing is, after h3, I don't like this move by him. And the main point being that you didn't go d6 means that if he takes, you have bishop e7 here always. So that gives you an edge. Like the piece is not very useful for him. And secondly, I like this move a6 because it keeps things flexible. d6, as you also rightly pointed out, knight a4 means it attacks this bishop.
Hmm.
So therefore a6.
Did you say you did not like his move g5?
I
Bishop
did
g5 you did not like.
I did not like, yeah, bishop g5 also didn't make sense when the pawn is still on d7. And also I did not like his move h3 because it's true that you want to stop bishop g4, but then could you not just move the knight here somewhere like knight d2?
Moving the knight might.
But I like knight h5 now. Very good move. Attacking this bishop. And this thing is pinned here, so it cannot move. This is very important. And then after bishop h2, I think this move's credit should be completely given to Vaibhav, because I was thinking of moves like, queen f6 or knight f4 actually was my main thought. And then you said g4. By the way, Vaibhav, whenever in chess you think of move like knight h5, then you must, first thing that should strike your mind is, can he give a discovered attack to my knight here? Because this is usually undefended. So here, if this works, usually क्या होता है, यहाँ पे ये knight है. So if you take this back, take back, and then white is winning because pawn up plus this is very weak. So you usually think about taking his piece and then he takes your piece, because if he cannot take the piece
and ruins my pawn structure also further.
Yeah, and the point is, if you take back now because the queen is attacked, he wants to take back, but because of this bishop there are issues, and he can block your bishop here so that next move he can take, but you can take the rook on f1. And I think black is better. Black is up, at least up an exchange, and should have an advantage. So that is the reason why after yeah, go on.
I was thinking bishop g5 is where he kind of bishop g5 and h3. H3 is basically where he started losing tempo.
Yeah.
Majorly, is it?
Yeah, after h3 it's like you made a tempo move attacking his bishop, then he moved, then again a tempo. See how you are putting pressure on him. Now he should have moved his knight, let's say, and the point is you can't take here because queen takes on h5 is hanging. So here I think a very good move is queen h4.
Okay.
And now your threat is g3, when you are losing a piece because he can't take fg3, this is pinned, and then this bishop is trapped.
His only option is going queen h1, king h1.
Yeah, but if king h1, you at least can take here, and then all of a sudden his king starts becoming weak.
Yeah.
So the main
also,
idea
I can capture on
queen h4 is also to defend this knight so that this is not hanging anymore. So ये मारा bishop
this
takes. Yeah, go on.
No, sorry. I was just saying that I've never used my queen in such a position. I've come in this position so many times, I've never been able to use my queen properly.
Yeah.
I think today I saw how it can become more active in this situation.
Yes. I mean, today's game was not about winning or losing. It was more about exploring different possibilities which usually you do not in your mind. And that too during the game, because when you do it during the game, it makes a more impact than, let's say, if you do it after the game where we analyze. So here and now, this was a very good move. And I think Devin Anand shows a very good practical try, because now he wants to take on h6 here. But
This
Bishop.
is where I should have gone.
No, this is great. What
I
you
don't,
did
wait,
was
let me think.
fine.
Let me think what I should have done. Really?
Yeah, it was wonderful because now after
Again, it's an
take,
active move. Isn't
you are piece up. You are just piece up, and nothing is hanging. Like this is defended by the bishop. Knight cannot jump here because it's controlled by the knight. So you are just a piece up. His only threat is to take on f3. So here you gave a check on e2, like you checked and you pushed him here. My suggestion is to, instead of giving a check, why not first
it?
queen h4?
Mm.
And look at this pretty mate. Okay, like for example, uh, he goes, say, first of all, him taking on f3 is a mistake because you can go knight into f3, and then I think it's mate, yeah, like king g2.
It's mate हो गया ना on h7 h7 mate.
नहीं, but ये मर रहा है.
Oh. Oh damn.
But no, I can think of playing queen g4 check. No, this doesn't work, yeah, because king h1 or bg3 somehow gets complicated. I mean, the simplest would be to just win the queen. Like you play check.
Mm.
If king h1, then knight g3, winning the queen. And if king g2, then knight f4, threatening to win the queen. He will take with the bishop, knight f4, then knight f4, and then queen h6, and you're winning a queen. Actually, these.
But do you think allowing the queen to capture on h6 was okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's a logical consequence of winning a piece. When you win a piece and he takes here, you just move in with your queen. Can you defend this with
Is there
white?
no better move than capturing?
I was thinking here, instead of doing queen d2, he could play something like, say, knight e3.
Hmm.
I don't know. I still feel that you are better. Like, say, knight f3 check, gf3, bishop h3. And now threatening queen g5. Queen d2 was tricky move. I would say it's just tricky, but it's yeah, knight e2 here, queen h4, and your threat is now to give knight g3 check and win the queen. I think you are winning, just simply. It's just there's no way for him. He played a good move, practical move. You took, and now you're piece up. Like. So I think you played very
Unless
well.
I blunder it.
How do you keep control in such a position? Like I. So black to move.
But what do you mean by control?
Yeah, you you have a better
How do you keep
position.
control?
Yeah, you have a better position. You want to keep control. I don't know. There are many ways to keep control here. What you chose was maybe not the best. I would play more like knight h5.
Knight and then go to f4. So
Yeah,
to
if
like
he comes
fix
here,
the knights there.
then I'll go maybe this knight or just knight
Knight f4.
f4. And if he takes, I take. You give a check, I move my king. And the
Oh.
thing is, this knight just controls everything. Like this king cannot come here. It's very bad for white. So, in my mind, whenever I
Hmm.
see such a position, this weakness screams out like, oh, it's such a big weakness. But if I come here, he takes. So the next thought that comes my mind is, oh, why don't I get my another knight here? And then I find this move. So the first thing is to spot
Hmm.
weaknesses very quickly in the position. Where are the weaknesses? Okay, this is weak. Can I latch onto it? And then you play this.
Why do you say that is weak though?
Because it cannot be defended by a pawn, and it's a very nice outpost for my knight. Like once it sits here, no one can remove it. This bishop is opposite color of this square. My knight will sit here forever, and it's a beautiful
Hmm.
square because it pressurizes some very important points in the position.
Hmm.
That's what spotting weaknesses is a difficult thing in chess. Once you start spotting weaknesses, then you find moves. So
Okay.
you went king g7, and then yeah, you were winning of course here, and you should have taken back with the knight. It was his last trap, which worked, and then
Yeah.
okay, you're still better, but you lost on time. Okay, good game.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm sorry. I think I've been there's major lag. Like बार बार आपका आवाज warp होके आ रहा है. So there are times when I'm just overlapping with your voice. I'm consciously trying to not do that, but
I think
can't help it.
I think it was my interview. Sorry, my internet, which is going bad. By the way, Devin Anand just said, "Thank you for the opportunity. Great game, Vaibhav. You put me in too much pressure. Ayushi, I was only stressed after G5 because I had to scramble to defend. Just didn't want to get mate." Okay. Uh,
Well played, Devi Anand. Yeah, you made the best out of what you got. Sagar was helping me, so I don't know if you had much chance, but well played.
yeah, I mean the idea was that we wanted to play a game where I can understand Vaibhav's thought process, fix them, and Devin, you uh, were the one with whom we played. So sorry for that, but I think you can also learn a lot from this game. Okay, I'm.
So there's one thing that I've noticed. जैसे वो h6 जो sorry.
Yeah, go on. One second, I'll just try to figure out why there is this lag. Hello, Vaibhav.
Yeah,
I think one
yeah, I
second.
can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me. But can you
Yeah,
join
now
the
it's
call
better.
again?
Like अब lag नहीं. Yeah, sure. I'll just do that.
Guys, one
ऐसे
second.
अभी
I'll
एक बार
just.
बोलो आप. Like अभी एकदम normal आ रहा था.
अभी आ रहा है आवाज ठीक?
नहीं, there is a lag. I'll just recheck.
Yeah. I will also just restart my internet. So just give me a second. Okay, guys, can you hear me well? If you can, just let me know. Uh, let's see if everything is okay for the last part of this session where I'm going to teach you something very interesting. If Vaibhav is there, Vaibhav, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Now is it better?
This is yeah, but your video again. There's an audio lag when you say the audio follows a little late.
Ah, okay.
Maybe it's my connection. If it's fine for the viewers, let's just let it be for a while.
Yeah, okay, okay. I think it's my internet, but anyway, all good. So let's learn a interesting end game. Okay, this is something that I want to uh, discuss, and it is somehow so this way. Let me share the screen so you can see. Okay,
I
can
have
you see
one
this?
question, Sagar. I
Yeah.
asked this in last class also. The thing is that जैसे वो h6 मेरे को दिखा ही नहीं उस टाइम पे. मतलब I understand that मतलब I got lucky that bishop captures on c6 was okay, but जो sorry
F3.
f6, but हाँ f3, but like मेरे को मैंने queen वाला queen captures on h6 देखा ही नहीं, and I have a feeling this was such a delicate position. There are times when this could have been detrimental to the position also,
Yeah, very
because the
much.
queen comes, उसका भी 2-3 पीस है यहाँ पे. So I feel like मैं हड़बड़ में मिस कर देता हूँ. Is there any exercise that people consciously do to understand, to improve their कि सामने वाला क्या डिफेंसिव मूव खेलेगा या सामने वाले का अटैक का बेस्ट मूव फाइंड करना, because there are so many times I just forget. I think it's a habit thing. Very honestly, I don't know if an exercise can remove habits or just like lack of focus. But it's a very vague thing to ask. But like, is there anything that people do that?
Yeah, I think habits can only be removed by exercise. So I would say the best thing is whenever your opponent makes a move, to ask what is the idea of my opponent's last move.
Okay.
So when he played queen d2, if you ask why did he put his queen on d2,
Mm-hmm.
the first
Yeah.
thing that will strike your mind is, oh, he wants to take on h6. The next thing, and this is tricky, is to actually understand whether taking on
Right.
h6 is powerful or not. That comes with
Hmm.
skill, but at least what your opponent wants to do
Yeah.
can come by observation.
Yeah, I have a feeling I was so one-minded towards what I have to do rather than seeing कि वो क्यों queen ऊपर किया है.
Yeah,
If I had just like taken 1 second to think why has he pushed his queen, I think I would have seen h6. Yeah, because there was nothing else that the queen was attacking except that. There was
exactly.
no other threat except the
Exactly.
taking h6.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And also,
Makes
one
sense.
thing which we learned in this game was that you didn't try anything extravagant. Yeah, you just focused and you played natural, good moves towards the center, and that was good. Okay, Avik Gupta, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you for joining. Uh, Vaibhav, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Ah, okay. You didn't say anything, so I was.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you asked. Maybe.
No, no. So here, can you see the position?
Yeah, now I can.
So you are white, and your opponent is about to queen. How
Okay.
do you think you can win this?
Win this one. Well, I can as white. Okay. I think I can draw it. I don't know if win.
I mean, you if you want to draw it, you can just come here and next move take it. So that's a draw. Like he queens, and then
Huh.
you.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
उसमें तो कोई मतलब बड़ी बात नहीं है. So
Yeah, no, yeah. So I'm thinking if I have to win, if I have to play for a win, I have to somehow stop him from queening. For which I need the king on G1, on B1. His king to reach B1. For which I have to check him and keep his king on B1 and get my king here.
Very good.
अगर वो ये हो जाए, then I can do that. But I cannot keep his king on B1 is why I was saying that I don't know if I can win this. If the pawn was on A2, I think I can win it. But if the pawn is on no on A2 also is very difficult. Anyway, but yeah, I don't
We'll
know if I
come to
can
A2
keep the
also.
king.
We'll come to A2. Let's
Yeah.
play with white. Play your moves. Let's see what you can do.
Okay. C8, Queen C8. Sorry. Uh,
Now I'm threatening to queen.
okay. So Queen D7,
Again threatening to queen.
C6, D5, Queen D5, Queen C4. Oh, I figured how I can win this.
Okay.
I figured it.
Can you tell me?
I have figured it. Yep. I can. Yeah. Queen D4, Queen E4.
Yes, smart. Because now if I go here, you want to put your queen here, right?
Yeah.
And you win.
Or if he queens, then I just yeah.
I am going to play
But
here.
if he goes C1, yeah, C1. Hmm. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have tried and kept his king on the away from the towards D file. Okay, I can let me try again. Queen C4.
Yeah, now I'll go here.
Uh, I think Queen A2 wins it. Is it? One sec. Queen A2. Matlab king has to come there. King has to come to C or D. Okay. Mm,
Very close. Like you brought your queen closer. Now you need to, as you rightly pointed out, push his king in front of the pawn, so that you get time to get your king in. If you can't get the king in, then the alone queen cannot do anything. So how do you do that? Oops, sorry.
mm.
I mis I misclicked it.
If I have to force him there, these two squares. Okay. Hmm. I think I get a slight idea. If I'm going B3 now, Queen B3.
Very good. Come here.
Now if I go, mm,
If you come to A2 now, I'll
okay,
just make a queen.
yeah.
So
If
how
I
do you?
go to, yeah, if I go to E3, your king comes back to C2. E3 king back to C2.
Think
Oh,
how you
now
can
if I
give a
go
check.
E, now, no, now if I go E2, he goes back, and then nahi, doesn't make sense. Sorry, yeah,
You can't push him.
yeah.
So here, this is the point where you need to find the precise check.
I can't believe I wasn't seeing c3 check because I thought the pawn captures back. I was been constantly thinking the pawn captures the queen right away.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. The pawn is going this way, so can't take. Only move is here because if
Yeah,
he goes to d1, you'll just take it. So only move. Now, what do
yeah.
you do?
Now get the king into the game. King g7, and then diagonally just keep getting the king in,
Okay, I'm going to
no
still
matter
play
what
this.
the queen.
What do you do?
Oh,
I want to make a queen still.
if you play, oh, beautiful. Now to c2,
Okay, very good. I
queen
come
c2.
here. If I had gone to
Uh,
a3, you would have been happy. Like once I go here, what do you play?
a3, then the queen b1. It's done.
Yes, queen b1 is done, or even yeah, queen b1, very good move. So he plays king a1.
Get his king back inside by queen a4.
Very good. King here.
Now move the king another step and keep
Excellent.
on repeating with checks and step, checks
Yes,
and a step,
yes,
checks and a
yes.
step.
Yeah,
King, queen c4,
very good.
queen b3,
Excellent.
c3,
Very
queen
good.
c3.
You got the hang of it.
King goes back, bring the king again in.
I want you to checkmate
Yeah,
me, but let's see if you can checkmate me.
yeah. Now we go c2.
Very good.
Again, the same thing. c2, a4. Yeah, king moves to d4. Uh, c4. I think I'll have to go b3. Queen c3. King d3. I think I'll have to do the whole thing just one more time. C2, queen c2, queen a4, and now I have to avoid stalemate also.
Good one. Good that you saw it.
So if I can't go king, I can't go king d2.
Very
I
good.
have to go king c3 if I want. Can't go king d2. I have to go. Yeah, king c3. 1 second. Isn't this mate?
Yeah, yeah, of
This
course.
is
But I
mate.
want you to say it.
C2.
Very good.
Queen c2. Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah, queen c2. Yeah.
Fantastic. I think we should give a big round of applause in the chat to Vaibhav because this is really very difficult, very tricky to play this. He played so. Look at the number of moves he made. Nearly 30 moves, Vaibhav. And I know it was like a pattern, but you first brought your queen here nicely into the position first. Then you went wrong a bit. You knew that this is not working, but then you again came back on track. Check, and now queen b3 was found. Very good. Queen c3 check. Excellent. And then after king d1, you lose. So king b1, and then you got your king in slowly and steadily. And you are patient. This is, I think, one of your hallmarks that you are patient, not hurrying, not getting bored, and then finally checkmate.
This
Excellent.
is so funny. बस करते रहो यही एक चीज बार बार.
Okay, I'm going to change. Like I'm going to put this as queen versus knight pawn on seventh rank.
Do you make these puzzles, Sagar?
Yeah, in general, these are well known puzzles. Like, I have already studied them, taught them, so I know them. But now I'm going to give you another small. It's just same stuff, but I like to make sure that you remember everything well. So, can you win this? Same thing, yeah. What are you thinking? Like, just do the same thing again.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Does it make a difference that
All those who are in the
king does not have
chat
a square? Yeah.
and doesn't know this should also tell me, what do you think? Can white win this? I mean, looks simple, yeah, same.
Let me just think for 1 second. Yeah, I think we can win this by the same method.
Okay, let's do.
Okay. Queen d8. Sorry, are you? I can't see. Did you
Sorry.
make the move? Queen d8.
Yeah.
Uh, I think king. Yeah, anything. King e2 maybe.
Go on. Make
Yeah.
your.
E7. Queen e7. King d2.
Okay, I'm going to
King
try.
c6.
I'm going to try something different. I want to come here.
Okay. I don't think that makes a lot of difference to my idea. Okay, queen c5. I see what you're trying to do.
What?
Now I don't have the king. Eventually, I won't have the king to this. I'll have to bring my king to the this side if I king. जिस side आपका king जा सकता है उस side. Okay, I'll just keep on doing. Queen b4. Queen c3. Queen b3.
So you're all ready to bring your king in now, yeah?
Yeah. I capture the pawn. That was easy. The last move was really easy.
No, it's not. Can you see what's going on?
Oh
Wait, this needs
no 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 no! Take
bigger
it back! Take it
screen.
back! Take it back!
Can you do the
Take it
reaction
back!
again?
Take it back!
I should have been alert. I should have made it full screen when he was thinking.
It was more like oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went here.
Okay. Yeah. Queen a3. Hmm. I can have to differently approach this then, I guess. Okay. एक बार तो queen b3. Queen b3. Now if I go queen c3, he goes king b2. But yeah. So I don't think I want to go queen c3 now. I want to go. Oh. Yeah, actually, let's go queen c3. Queen c3, king b2, king b1, and queen b4. Uh, okay. Now queen b4, no? Just 1 minute. Mhm. Now queen. अगर मैं a4 जाता हूँ तो he can go there.
I like when Vaibhav figures everything out on his own, like instead of trying to guide his thinking or telling him when it's winning or what's happening. You just make moves and then he figures out on his own, which is very nice. This requires patience basically, and that's one of the major skills to improve at anything, also chess. Yeah, yeah, pawn is going this way, yeah, guys. Everyone who's thinking pawn, if pawn was going that way, then this is just simple.
Is it possible to find?
It's a draw.
Okay, let me see. It is a draw, na?
Yeah, there's no way to
Because
win.
I don't see any way that. Yeah, and the trick for black here is to get the king on, like the only way is stalemate, right?
Yes, yes. And this is what makes this
Uh,
position
I don't
special,
think there is a way to crack this.
that knight pawn wins for the queen, but the bishop pawn draws because the king can sit here and it's a stalemate. Now,
Hmm.
let's look at the
Doesn't
central pawn.
it doesn't make a difference if I go b4 also. Na?
No,
Sorry,
nothing.
yeah.
For example, where? Where do you want to go? Where do you
B4,
want to go?
B4 is what I was thinking. If I try and B4, because I'm just thinking, can I keep the king to the right of C? Like, keep it on the
Very
D, E, F,
good.
G, H file
Very
somewhere,
good
like D
thinking.
file or F file. I'm just,
But you can't.
but I don't think I can control it. No.
You can't stop the king, at the
I
same
don't.
time you can't stop the pawn. Both things are impossible. Like here you can stop the king, but he makes
Yeah.
the queen. You can stop the pawn here for some time,
Yeah.
but then he anyway forces you. So you can't do both. So this brings
Yeah.
us to an important learning
Right.
in this endgame, that knight pawn wins for the queen on the 7th rank. Bishop pawn is a draw. And just last point, let's look at now, Vaibhav,
Mm.
with your intuition, tell me, what do you think about this endgame? White wins or draw?
First instinct is draw. Instinct में तो draw ही है, because yeah, because like if I
Okay, let's say you come in.
anyway if I king goes to a1 and then king a1. Now if I move the king, then it's a stalemate. But if I move the queen to a3 is the only other option. अगर हाँ मतलब a3 b3 जो भी a3 c3 queen king b2 king b1 sorry, and hmm oh, if I go to b3 now, king goes back inside, king to a1. Now queen d1
Yeah, you can't go
and
to
king d1
c1
doesn't.
because he'll just pick up the pawn. So king a1. And now if you want to bring the king, it's a,
No, I was thinking stalemate.
yeah. So check.
check, and then king goes above. Now, I don't think there is a way. Please don't tell me there is a way, yaar. What?
I would have
Oh my
loved
god.
to.
Okay.
I would have loved to, but there is no way. This is a
There
draw.
is none, right?
Yeah,
Thank God. Thank God. Yeah.
fantastic.
What about queen or king pawn?
Yeah, now you tell
That
me.
also is the same as the bishop pawn, right? Like,
Do you think so? Think and tell me without making any moves. Just think and tell me.
uh, yeah, I don't think I think this is complete. This is winning for white because there is no stalemate options for white for black.
Fantastic. So I'm not even going to let you mate because you just understand it's the knight pawn, but in the center, and there are no stalemating ideas because when your king goes, say here b1, you just pick up the pawn and there's no stalemate because there's an additional a1 square left. So okay, just for the
Right.
viewers, very quickly, if you want to just check here, 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 check here, here, go inside and then bring the king, then do it all over again. uh, Now if he goes in, you bring your king further in, check, check, bring your king in, give another check, or you can follow Vaibhav's technique, which is queen e2, which is also fine. Check, king here, 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 bring your king in, now check, has to go back in, and then finally you take the pawn and it's a mate. So that way nothing really works against the central pawns. So we come to this important conclusion in this endgame, which is that if I have to put all the pawns here, just then this is a2 is a draw. No, I'm just saying, like, if there was one pawn, don't think there are 8 pawns, but just one pawn. This is a draw. This wins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Draw.
This is a draw.
Wins. Wins.
Wins.
Wins. No. Draw.
Bishop, yeah.
Wins.
Nahin, F, yeah, draw.
So the king on and the pawn on the 7th rank, 4 pawns will win. Knight,
Got
both
it.
the knight pawns and central
This is
pawns,
nice.
and the rook and the bishop pawns will draw.
Hmm.
I will come up with some interesting questions if we are for tomorrow, but in general, you need to know this theory. Rakshit Singh says, I'm the head boy of my school and we are planning to hold a chess tournament for 2000 kids. Entry fee being used to help children who are unable to attend the online classes. How much should we pay ChessBase to hold the tournament? Rakshit, please write to chessbaseindia at gmail.com and we will get back to you. And also, I think you had sent another super chat which I had missed, which was yeah. Why do you think Owens Defense is underrated and used it a lot till 1600? So the basic thing is Owens Defense, if I'm not mistaken, is e4 b6. And if you look at the rules of chess, or you can say the principles, you have to control these. This is an extended center, you can say here, and this is the main center in the position, which is these 4 squares. This is the main. So b6 in a way doesn't fight for the center as such, but the bishop, it's like a hyper modern opening. So if I play knight c3, you play e6, I play knight f3, I think bishop b4, you go bishop d3, knight f6, queen e2, d5. This is generally, I think, how Owens is played, something like this. What happens at the end of it is that white gets a very strong center and then black has to counter attack. Now when you're playing against a weaker opponent, he will not play it well, so you will get a lot of counter play. But when you play against a strong player, then this center control becomes very important, and that's why you will see at the top level they usually prefer to play e4 c5, or they usually like to play e4 e5. That's the reason. So your Owens gambit is not bad. It's just that it's not used so much at the top level. Okay.
On the other hand, G6 is okay.
Yeah. Again the same thing. Yeah. G6, d4, bishop g7, knight c3. It's known as the modern system. Again, you will see very few players play it at the top level because space and center control is considered very important at the highest level, like where Anand and all play. But when you talk about lower level, let's say below like GM and below that, you will see a lot of people playing this opening. It's not bad. Even Owens is not bad. So you can always play it. But you will not say Vidit will not play this at if he wants to, play against strong players. He will try to fight on equal footing from the beginning, e4, e5, or e4, c5. But maybe Adiban plays something like this. He's risk taker. He wants to imbalance the position, and so he may try doing that. So it also depends on a player's attitude as such. Okay, I think Vaibhav, a great session. Thank you for coming in today. Uh, I know it's so difficult to wake up. We finished 30 days of training,
Yep. Thank you so much, sir.
which is such a great achievement. I think 30 days. What do you have to say, Vaibhav? 30 days. Should we continue, or you think we should take a
I
break?
can't tell you how I can keep on continuing actually. I have a feeling, but whatever is convenient with you.
Sure.
मेरा तो देखो, see, I have all to gain. I'm learning more chess. I'm getting up early. There is no downside to my life right now. But I do agree that after a point, I feel like I don't know how much progress we are making, and might be just like कि मैं अभी भी ऐसे छोटा छोटा चिंदी मिस्टेक, जैसे कल मेरा रुक h6 पे चला गया था. Those mistakes are something that I need to do and work on myself. So it might be annoying for you to see that इन लोग आगे नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं. But yeah, I don't know where to go with that then.
No, no, I don't think it's annoying. Basically, what we did today is the next thing that I thought of. Like, whenever you are alone, it helps to get into your mindset and to correct it from there. Because when there are three people, it's very difficult to do that with everyone because it takes a lot of time. But when you are alone, when you're playing
Mm,
itself, we kind of discuss, we correct,
mm,
and that's what I thought should be the next step, because improvement doesn't happen
mm,
like a straight line. I feel improvement happens like you fix. If suppose
mm,
it's a house that has a lot of leakages, then it means that you fix one thing,
mm,
something leaks from other point. You fix another point, it leaks from somewhere else. The idea is to keep fixing, and there will come a point when your rate of fixing your problems will be faster than the rate of leakage is being created, and that's when you will actually start improving. Right now you fix something, there is a leakage somewhere else. Like, you try to fix your endgame play, opening may suddenly blunder. Then you fix your opening play, suddenly you get a winning endgame and you blunder. But if you stay at it, there will come a point where when the rate of fixing everything will outrun the rate of mistakes, and then you will see you will improve. But I think a little bit of more effort when you are playing will go a long way in that.
mm. I mean, I hope I improve soon.
No, that's not a problem. By the way, Ayushi Sharma says, "Thank you all for your efforts. We'll be back after a week probably." Oh, Ayushi, I don't know. I didn't read all the chats, but where are you off to for a week? If you can let us know. Of course. If not, then you can. I mean,
Also, Samay and Biswa.
yeah. Go on, Vaibhav.
Sorry, there's again lag. I have no idea when I'm overlapping. I'm so sorry about that.
No, go
I
on.
was just saying Samay and Biswa have to also come. Otherwise, this becomes personal coaching classes.
Which is fine. Which is fine. It's not personal. There are a lot of people watching this who are learning from
Yeah,
this.
which is fine. मतलब मेरे तो और benefit है.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see each other tomorrow, and until then, take care, Vaibhav, and talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Sagar.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry for the lag and a little bit of issues, but I hope that today's session was instructive. I like doing this when there's only one person there. Treatment, says Ayushi. Okay, Ayushi, take care for your treatment. Get well soon. And, I'm sure you'll be back stronger. Yeah, and we will hopefully get you on stream one day, and that would be very nice to have um, in the stream. Um, Guys, so the thing is, chess improvement is a constant process. You shouldn't get tired. I'll just tell you one small incident. Like in 2009, I managed to cross 2300 elo for the first time. And that was a very nice feeling, because 2300 means you are an FM level player and a pretty FIDE master level player. It's a pretty good rating. And then it so happened that I stagnated. I was gaining some rating, losing some rating, and this went on for 5 years till 2014. And it's very easy to get disheartened. Like you can say to yourself, "Oh, it's been 5 years and I'm not improving. What am I doing? Should I stop playing chess?" and so on. And then in June 2014, I played in 5 events, and back to back, I gained 150 elo points. So, just a second. Vaibhav is calling. Let me see. Yeah, Vaibhav. Hi, I'm on stream right now. Can I call you after the stream, or you want to? Okay. Okay. So, um, yeah. So in 2014 June, I just gained 150 elo points, and I reached a rating of 2468. And everyone was like, "Wow, in just 15 days, in 50 days, you could gain 150 elo points. That's just amazing." Turns out it was not 50 days, it was 5 years and 50 days. So, improvement is always gradual. If any of you here are serious about chess and improving, then keep at it. Don't get disheartened by things. And I like Vaibhav's approach to this thing, that he wants to improve, and I think the same with you. Okay, so guys, see you today afternoon. I have an opening session on the Karokan part 2. I hope that you are able to see those streams. And for all those who are here and would like to take part in an online tournament, and also join into a fundraiser, then please go to chessbase.in, and there's a fundraising Amphan fundraiser, which you can just see an article and become a part of it. I think it would be nice to play against some titled players. You get to play a simul, and also you contribute to a good cause. Would be nice to have you. Sumit More, good morning. All of these streams are great initiatives. Shout out to Sagar, Vaibhav, Samay, Biswa, and everyone contributing their time here. You're impacting a generation for sure. Best wishes. Thank you so much, Sumit. And yes, I have been lucky to meet so many new people because of Vaibhav, Biswa, Samay. It's so nice that all of you have now joined in to the chess. And the nice thing is that you like them, but you also like chess, and so you will be there for either of them. Yeah, like even if they are not there, you are into chess. If they are there, it's even more enjoyable. So I guess it's a big gain for chess that all the comedians started playing chess, and it inspired so many others to join in. I'm very grateful to all of them, and thank you all for being here always. And do like the stream before going, and do subscribe to ChessBase India. I'll see you today afternoon and later on. Uh, let's stay in touch. And yes, Dr. Chess, the idea will be mostly tomorrow. I would like to do that tomorrow. So, or there's a stream that I'm planning with Surya Shekhar Ganguly for West Bengal fundraiser, and also with Nisha Mohta. So maybe those will be tomorrow. So perhaps Dr. Chess may happen in this week. Just be there, and we'll work out together. It would be wonderful to interact with all those who are facing difficulties to improve, and to personally just guide you guys. Hopefully that will help you. Okay, bye.